God bless me, bless me, bless me. My oh, my oh.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Olly B.
You're always welcome.
Cute. So we got an RFIE. That stands for Request for Initial Evidence. So we filed for our adjustment status around November, beginning of November. So, and about a month later, we ended up getting a notice in the mail. And here's to show them.
It's when it comes into this special colors.
I know, right? I think it was yellow.
When it's yellow, you know it's.
I know, it's like
it's serious.
warning. Right.
Yeah.
So sadly, we got the RFIE. But here's the thing. We knew that it was coming.
Yeah.
Our situation was kind of unique. I just finished school. I just graduated from university a few months ago. And back then, when I was in school, I was working a part-time job. So when I filed for the K-1 visa, I was doing my part-time job, and I needed a co-sponsor for a K-1 process. So when we filed for the adjustment status, that was after I got a new job.
Yeah.
I have a full-time job, and I'm above the poverty line, the requirements now. But when we filed for the K1, for adjustment status, I just started the job literally like a week before. So I didn't have the salary, the annual salary. I didn't even know who to contact for that. I couldn't gather all that information. So I used I put that I just got a new job and how much I'll be making. And I also put my previous job as well combined. So I put both of them to show, hey, I was poor before doing a part-time job, but now I got a good job. I'm working a full-time job, and then I also got a co-sponsor. So I put that all together, and I explained it in the petition. And our situation was just it was just complicated. So I was like, we're probably gonna get an RFE for this. That's how I felt. But we literally only have a few days to submit our adjustment status. So it wasn't let's wait a month or wait a few weeks and get all the information first, and then we could submit the adjustment status. We had no time, so we kind of just had to throw it out there. And when we got the RFIE, first of all, it was late. They said that they sent it out in the beginning of the month, and we never received it. And, 3 weeks passed, we didn't receive it. 4 weeks, and then finally we had to contact them again and say, hey, what's up? We haven't gotten it. And then they resent it. So when they resent it, we read through it, and it literally says that the petitioner, which is me, lists that their current income for the affidavit of support is sufficient. So they saw that I do make enough money, and they said that I didn't show that I made enough money. So they wanted that proof. So by then I was at my job for a couple months, and I contacted HR, and they were like, yeah, here's all the information. So we just sent it out, just like that. Yeah, I showed them my pay stubs, and I showed them my employment verification letter, and it had all that information in there, and we just mailed it out. And we've been good since. We have not received any follow-ups or any concern. They said that they've received our documents, and we're good to go. So that's our story for our RFIE. So what we learned was that some people might be, let's say a little bit, let's say they're around the poverty level. The requirements. The
requirements,
but they think, you know what? I think I'm just gonna get a co-sponsor, and then the co-sponsor will be that primary sponsor, right? Yep. And they're the ones with all the tax transcripts and all that information. And you think, okay, well, we'll solely put their information, and as the petitioner, all I need is maybe just the affidavit of support and I don't know, my tax transcript, but I don't put enough information to back it up. So basically, if you are above that level, then you should prove it. Don't rely on the co-sponsor, because regardless, they're gonna ask for the petitioner's financial documents.
Yeah.
They're still going to need them. So that's what we learned from that, and that's what we wanted to share with you. So even if you think that, you know, you want to play it safe and get a co-sponsor, if you do make the requirements, you need to show those requirements.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I had to show my requirements, even though my co-sponsor is well above the poverty line. I thought, oh, well, you know, as long as I have the co-sponsor, I'll be good. But they were like, no, your co-sponsor's fine, and you're fine too. We want to see yours, not the co-sponsors. So that's basically what happened.
And also, I think they really do more for the co-sponsor when your fiance is just living in the home country.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, because they want to know that he or she coming over here is not going to be a liability. So if you're not making above the poverty line range, then the co-sponsor is good enough. So they know that till that adjustment of status takes place, your fiance is in good hands. He or she is not going to lack the basic things. So when he or she is not going to do the AOS, they now believe that the fiancé, either he or she, I mean it's a she this time. I mean, so once the fiancé from the local country is over here in the US already, and you guys have done the marriage, you call it, you know, and everything, and you guys are good to adjust your status, then they're going to be dwelling more on what she is making. So it's no longer a cost. It's no longer a cost. It's cost needed if you're not making, you know, above that line. But now it's about we're married, so they would dwell more on her.
On me, so
yeah. So that's just the thing. So once you're making above that line, I think you're good to go.
Exactly. So that's what we learned from it, and we wanted to share that with you. It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Nothing.
It happens. We were hoping not to get an RFE. We put everything together properly. But in this case, we already knew that it was coming because of this situation. And it is rare. So I'm sure a lot of people won't go through this kind of thing. But we still want to put the information out there.
Yeah. So for everyone to learn from it.
Exactly.
And, you know, learn from it so that if there are any of you couples out there who are actually in a similar situation, you already know how it's going to turn out to be, or what you can do to avoid that if you're about to go into that situation.
Exactly.
So I think that's
it. All right. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. We are always here for you guys. We honestly enjoy helping every single one of you. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.